by Foreman so far through 2 rounds. Foreman the more accurate, 55% according to our punch stat keepers of the punch. Round 3 scheduled for 12. Tim Ryan with Gil Clancy and James Brown live on TVKO from the Thomas Mack Arena in Las Vegas.
And now Morrison comes out using that left jab as he told us he was going to do, and forgot about it at the end of the last round. And it just seems George's strategy is going to be to try to wear Morrison out.
Morrison warned for a low blow, but it was a nice combination. The left jab followed by a left hook underneath.
I think George is trying to put mental pressure on Tommy Morrison.
Right hand lead, an uppercut that scored from Foreman, and a right hand behind it. But Morrison punches back. And a good defensive move by Morrison underneath the right hand of Foreman. Something the Morrison camp says they've worked on since the loss to Mercer. Better defense, better jabbing, better movement. And there, another sneaky shot off the clinch.
Well, again, George tried to push him but didn't move him. Look how long it takes for George to get off. He has Morrison in the corner, and he just doesn't get off. And Tommy's mouth is now starting to open up, and it's early in the fight. That could be a sign of fatigue.
Or the tightness that he seemed to bring into the ring the first round and a half. He was asked about second wins. He felt he got one against Joe Hipp when he came back from difficulty to win.
Well, I thought he got a second win against Carl the Truth Williams. Tim, he looked like he was out of it. All of a sudden, you could see the second win to win the force.
That was a good left jab from Morrison, although Foreman did not blink. And another good one. Foreman replies. Morrison looks more relaxed. He does look a little tired, but he's more relaxed. Roundhouse left by Foreman. He did not land it solidly. A low blow by Morrison. He got away with the right hand. Under 30 seconds to go, round 3.
And Morrison is really breathing heavy now, Tim. Really breathing heavy. Again, George is putting that pressure on, putting that pressure. Here comes George again. It's like that old joke. I don't know what it is, but here he comes again.
Foreman can be expected to fight this way. Morrison and his camp knows it, and they keep saying, as they have preparing for this, we simply cannot make mistakes.
Keep it slow, looking good.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Now, that's the round you took off. Relax, relax, calm down. All right? Your recovery is good. Your recovery is good. The more you relax, the better off you are, okay? Now, we need more punches. I need more 7s, okay? That's what's going to keep him off of you. Fakes and flints when he gets close and you don't want to throw.
There was that solid left hook to the body.
Two good combinations. Landed one by Foreman, then Foreman taking 2 back from Morrison. You heard Tommy Vergitz in the Morrison corner saying, I need more 7s. He could use those at the casinos here in Las Vegas as well, I guess, but they're a jab here at the Thomas and Mack. So there's one coming from him, and 2 more. Make the trainer happy. Round 4. Foreman dug a left to the body, but Morrison snapped a left hook counter punch and does it again with a good jab.
And a good left hook by Foreman and a good jab by Foreman. Another good jab by Foreman. Another good jab by Foreman.
Starting to back up Morrison with the jab.
All right, punch out. 2 hands are free.
Look at that strength of that George Foreman.
Watch out.
Morrison landed a left hook to his ear, and Foreman just pushed him away. Now a short right inside from Foreman. Morrison punching back. It's opening up here in the 4th. Foreman throwing in combination now. Morrison trading, lands a right. Right hand lead from Morrison. Grazed the nose of Foreman. Morrison works his way out of the corner and lands a left hook. The crowd getting into this as the fighters exchange those combinations early in the round.
Get that elbow down.
And here in the fourth,
punch out, come on.
perhaps the real fight fans knowing they're in for a war here.
Tim, one of the keys to this fight is if Tommy Morrison can make George take a back step. So far, George is putting all the pressure on Morrison, constantly going forward, pushing him back, moving after him again as he's doing now. Morrison is going to have to try to back Foreman up.
Through 3 rounds, Foreman the more accurate puncher. 66% to 35% according to the punch stat guys. Just missing a big right hand was Morrison. Under 30 seconds we go in round 4. Morrison back to the jab. Foreman lands the overhand right. Morrison missed with his. Digs to the body. Short right from Foreman. To Morrison's credit, each time he's taken that right hand, he's thrown one back of his own.
I got it. I'll get the iron.
Don't talk loud, please.
No, I won't say nothing. I'm with you. Give me it. I'm here. I'm here nice and quiet, baby. Anything you want.
On our jabs to throw our combinations. We got to have head movement before and after your jabs. Before and after. He's starting to creep up on you in the corners.
Gil, how do you see it through 4?
Well, so far, Tim, I have the fight dead even. Gave the first 2 rounds to Morrison, second 2 rounds to Foreman because of his aggressiveness and the pressure that he's putting on Tommy Morrison.
To the punch, anytime you feel trapped, beam to the punch, fake slants, double 7.
Let's go. Come on, Tommy, let's go.
That jab, baby.
Well, punch stat shows in the jab category, Morrison landing only 28% of his, but it's still been an effective weapon for him. Just the fact that he has been throwing it. Right hand lead. Got through by Morrison. Low blow from Foreman and a good left hook by Morrison.
2 good left hooks by Tommy Morrison, and George didn't move. Those were Morrison's best 2 punches of the fight. And you can just see George putting that pressure on, pushing him back, as we had mentioned in the opening.
Foreman weighing in at 256 to 226 for Tommy Morrison. Feints the right hand. Morrison throws a left jab out. Missed the uppercut, but landed a good left hook.
And George's right eye is starting to close, Tim. You have to remember, that's 44-year-old skin that's being hit there. It's not as elastic as a young man's.
Well, and he took quite a facial massage in the fight against Alex Stewart. Approaching the midway mark here in round 5. Morrison in the corner. And escapes along the ropes and then turned back right into a right hand from Foreman. George, we heard Foreman tell Angelo Dundee, don't say anything when he came back to the corner. He wanted no counsel from the veteran trainer, and Dundee said, don't worry, champ, I'm quiet.
Well, that was very smart of Angelo.
Get the 7 out!
George keeps his own counsel. Unless he asks you, he doesn't expect any free advice.
It's not free, Tim. Angelo gets paid.
Good point. I hope he does. Got to keep him in sand and water down there in Florida. 45 seconds left in the 5th. Foreman throwing punches, but none of them damaging in that exchange. Morrison digs to the body without much power. Under 30 seconds we go in the 5th. Sneaky left hook lead by Morrison that landed. He's not been able to bother Foreman except with one shot earlier in the fight, round 2.
George just keeps walking forward.
But not terribly effectively in the second half of this round. End of round 5. Foreman plodding forward, but not really landing much in the way of scoring punches, in my view, in the 5th.
I might agree with you 100%, Tim. I gave that round to Morrison.
Okay, very good.
Let me put it in mind.
But we need combinations, punches and bunches. Lead with speed, follow with power. Lead with speed, follow with power.
Not sure what Morrison had in mind at that point where he turned back into the fray. Fortunately for him, he didn't take a clean punch.
He tries to force the issue.
I've seen him lose his cool before, Morrison, especially against Carl Williams. He doesn't react too well when he gets hit with a solid punch.
Morrison breathing with his mouth open as we begin round 6, but he comes out firing.
When he went back to the corner at the end of the last round, Tim, Tommy Morrison looked very, very tired. Again, George is not being very effective. He's walking in without throwing too many punches, but he's keeping that pressure and keeping Morrison working. He must have something in mind for later on in the fight.
The left got through for Morrison. I think one question has been answered for Morrison, the aspect of his stage fright and ability to play up to this moment. A low blow from Foreman gets a warning from Lane. Morrison seems to be relaxed very much in the fight. Despite the possible fatigue factor, Gil, Morrison so far has stuck to the game plan he wanted. Foreman doing what he does all the time, and that's just stalk you.
The only thing is, Tim, it's really taking George a little too long to get off, even when he traps Morrison in the corner or against the ropes. But he is putting the pressure. I think he feels that Morrison is going to wear out.
But meanwhile, would you agree Morrison is piling up the points?
Absolutely. I think he's winning this round. I thought he won the last round.
Combination from Foreman there.
All right, let's step back. There we go. Have to go, guys. Come on, come on.
A little bit of swelling under the right eye of George Foreman. Damage. There it is again. And
tremendous left hook by Tommy Morrison.
Morrison with the left jab and the left hook has definitely created some swelling under the right eye of Foreman.
And you can see again, George traps Morrison in the corner. Takes him a half hour to get off. Now let's take a look. He has him on the ropes. Let's see when George finally throws the punch. He doesn't.
We talked about Morrison showing some signs of fatigue and Foreman trying to play on that. You have to wonder how far along in this bout Foreman can keep his pressure up without suffering his own fatigue. He's 44.
It's easier to walk forward, though, Tim, than to go backwards. Believe me. Good right hand by Foreman. Another right hand by Foreman. And Morrison answers back.
Yes, he did. He answered back with a good combination. Foreman gave it a little Ali shuffle